How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now, and I really appreciate you taking your time tuning into my video. I'm sorry I didn't get this news out to you guys earlier, but most likely you've already got this information from another channel. But I still wanted to put this out on my channel as well. And the reason I didn't get it out to you earlier, I don't get them very often, but I do suffer from migraines. And about 5 o'clock this morning, I had a real doozy. It felt like somebody had punched me in the face multiple times, into my neck and into the back of my ear. It was just awful. But after taking some meds and sleeping for about 3 hours, I do feel a little bit better. So let's get on with the big news of today. Biden announced sometime today, which should be very soon, that he's going to sign an executive order on guns that would move the United States close to universal background checks as possible without going through Congress. Biden will announce a sweeping executive order increasing the number of background checks on gun buyers and cracking down even more on firearms dealers during a visit to a site of a mass pew-pewing in Monterey Park, California, when he lays out the plan in the city where 11 people were shot and unalived on January 21. I just want to add that California has some of the strictest gun laws in the country, yet this has happened. The gunman, Hugh Can Tran, opened fire inside the Star Ballroom Dance Studio as thousands took to the streets to celebrate the Lunar New Year. The president will also take steps to make sure firearms dealers who have had their license revoked can't carry on selling guns, and asked the Federal Trade Commission to issue a report on how gun manufacturers have marketed to children. It is Biden's latest bid to use his executive power to tackle gun violence without having to pass legislation. The executive order also directs members of Biden's cabinet to focus on raising public awareness of red flag laws and safe storage of guns, and to address the loss and theft of firearms. And he continued calls for an assault weapons ban, universal background checks on gun buyers, and the repealing of gun manufacturers' immunity from liability. The White House said the order will also hold the gun industry accountable by providing the public and policymakers with more information regarding federally licensed firearm dealers who are violating the law. To expand the number of background checks, Biden will order Attorney General Merrick Garland to make sure all gun dealers are complying. Those who aren't or willfully violating the law will be targeted. The move would mean fewer guns will be sold without background checks, and therefore fewer guns will end up in the hands of felons and domestic abusers, the White House said in a statement. I guess the White House doesn't know, or they're just playing stupid, that felons don't get their firearms from FFLs. They're either purchased by straw buyers or they're stolen. I guess we'll find out after he signs the executive action how they're supposed to expand background checks without going through Congress. It'll be very interesting to see how they're going to do that. Once again, it's just another attack on our Second Amendment rights. And we all know they could ban guns today, all guns, and the violent gun crime would continue to happen. And what these laws do is punish the law-abiding citizens and make it easier for the criminals to prey on those citizens. As always, I would really like to hear your thoughts about the story in the comment section. And if you guys could just take a second and help the channel out by liking, sharing, and subscribing and hitting those post notifications. And I hope you guys come back and watch the next video.